Cosmic Vinyl with Cosmic Brian. Better wear your mind shields, cause he can see your soul. It's Cosmic Vinyl.
Light a cigarette. It's getting hot here. We're going fast. Don't have to run long. You can't stop me. I keep moving. We're going faster. I don't wanna be just like anyone. I don't wanna be just like you. I don't wanna be just like everyone. I don't wanna. What's up, vinyl community? What's up, YouTube? Oh shit, Vinyl Community YouTube, welcome to Cosmic Vinyl. I am Cosmic Brian, your host. Welcome aboard the Starship Cosmonaut, baby, where there's a jukebox in every quarters. Haha, what? Yeah, you got it, baby. Alright, so, hey, remember when we took a little trip not too long ago? We got in the old time machine, we went back. Cosmic Brian took you back in time, showed you a few records, told you a few stories. Well, guess what? We're taking another trip, baby. You guys in? You guys want to do a little time travel? Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Hey, check this out first. I'm gonna get a little glare because it's a CD, but check out Beautiful Creature CD. Not too long ago, my good friend Aaron Mutha Alamare he was playing Beautiful Creatures featuring Joey Lest from freaking Bang Tango on lead vocals. And when I seen him playing, I was like, dude, that is freaking amazing. So I decided, I don't have it on vinyl, but I do have both of their albums on CD. Yeah, I rock a CD once in a while. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, okay, fuck you then, let's go. I couldn't beat my way out of a wet paper bag. Yes! Alright.
Hey, Big Chug.
I'm thirsty too, man. I hear you out there. When somebody out there shouts out for a Big Chug, I'm much welcome to oblige. So let's get this thing rolling, man. Down the hatch.
Oh, yes, my good friend, of course.
Alright, let's do this. Alright. So, on our first little journey, we're going to go back to about when I was in junior high school. Now, I lived in a town of about maybe 30,000 people, right? Fort Dodge, Iowa. And we didn't have a whole lot to do on Friday and Saturday night, so we did have a roller rink, right? So, I mean, skating was the thing. First session, the early session, then you'd stay for the late session that went till like midnight, right? And so I'm gonna kind of tell you a little story about that. Go ahead, poke fun at roller skating, but I'm telling you, that's all we had to do. And it was a great way to like meet up with chicks, and it was a good time. And there was always a great stereo system, and it was just fantastic. So I had been, going to the Dodger Carousel on the weekends for quite some time, and they had the skate-a-thon. It was a deal where you went out and you got pledges, right? And it was on Labor Day weekend where they had the telethon and all that shit, right? So you got pledges, and then you had to skate for how many hours, but you could skate up to 20 hours, and I went the distance. Oh, what? You expect nothing less from Cosmic Brian, right? But anyway, so This album right here takes me back to a story that involves the skate-a-thon. This is Foreigner, Double Vision. Now, you don't see Foreigner get much love in the vinyl community, and I'll tell you why, because it's not obscure enough, right? It's not cool enough. But I gotta tell you, back in the day, this shit was the jam right here. I mean, hot-blooded, Blue Morning, Blue Day, Double Vision, the title track. This shit was slamming back then. I mean, Lou Gramm, oh my God, he had pipes, dude. So anyway, the song that takes me back is Hot Blooded. Now during this skate-a-thon, there was this gal that I was so smitten with. I had the hugest crush on this girl named Tiffany Berger, right? Of course she was taken, but nonetheless, I still dug this chick, and she fit so nicely in those chick jeans. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna date me a little bit. But anyway, so we're skating around, right? We're about maybe halfway into this friggin' skate-a-thon. And, you know, you're just barely moving, you know, kind of. I mean, you're moving, but anyway, the song comes on, Hot Blooded, and I'm just rocking out, man. And I'm like, and I just get up all this nerve, and she's skating around in front of me, and I see her. And so I skate up behind her, gonna try and get her attention, right? And I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea, but I came up behind her and I grabbed her bra strap from behind, and I pulled it and I snapped it. Man, what? Why would I do that? You know, she didn't seem too put off by it. She was like, her mouth dropped open, but then she laughed about it, and she's skating around, right? And I continue, I'm not paying attention, I'm skating around, I'm rocking out to Hot Blooded, right? And all of a sudden, I feel this thunderous blow right to the middle of my back, man, right in the middle of my shoulder blade. It about fucking floored me, man. I mean, it took the wind out of my lungs, man. I'm not shitting you. And all of a sudden, skating around to my right was this big gal. She was a mean chick too. Her name was Judy Flaherty. She had come up behind me and just freaking walloped me, full closed fist, right in the middle of the back. Man, she was like, she looked around at me, gave me the old stink eye, and I knew right away that, because I seen Tiffany skating by her too, and I thought, fuck, what an idiot I was, man. But you know what? Got her attention. Took a blow to the back. I did indeed. I got the wind knocked out of me. Shit, yeah. Oh, fuck. So whenever I hear Hot Blooded, man, it takes me back to that goddamn skate-a-thon. Fuck. What a dumb... And I decided to throw this in as a bonus skate-a-thon story. So... this is Kiss. Everybody knows that this is Kiss Dynasty. Probably one of the most friggin' hated in the Kiss catalog. But I gotta tell you, this shit rocks. I mean, Charisma, Dirty Livin', Hard Times, I Was Made for Loving You, Sure Know Something. This is a great album, man. I don't give a shit if anybody thinks it's disco or whatever. This album rocks, but again, this is the sound of a band in turmoil, a band about to implode. But yeah, check this out. Check out the inner sleeve. The original inner sleeve is killer. Love it. So anyway, that was one of the probably few times during the early golden era of Kiss that I had seen them on TV. And I hadn't seen them for a while, and I was at the skate-a-thon. I looked up at the TV monitor, right? And Kiss was on screen, and they had like these puffy, like Paul was wearing this puffy pink shirt, and they all had colors and feathers, and it was just this you know, I'm used to seeing them in black, and they were all colorful, and they were performing I Was Made for Loving You on the telethon, right? To be honest, I was flat ass blown away because I loved Kiss, and just to see them again finally on TV was amazing. I can't tell you the year, but you could probably Google that shit. But anyway, yeah, that's part of the old skate-a-thon story. Now let's jump ahead a few years. I'm in high school, right? And check this album out. First of all, AC/DC, If You Want Blood, You Friggin' Got It. What a great live album. This is so killer. And I always like freaked by that cover, man. I mean, talk about violence. Damn, brother. But, so I had this, you know, kind of crew of friends that I hung out with. And my friend Mike Grote had this car. It was an AMC Javelin, right? And it had an 8-track player, and we listened to shit like Nazareth, Black Sabbath, April Wine. But the one that we always rocked to was this AC/DC, If You Want Blood. So it's a Friday night, we're out cruising around, we've got a little mini bong, we're smoking, we're getting smogged, we're drinking, and we decide to go downtown to go up and down the drag, right? So we get down there, and we get to the end, and you always turned into the state bank for the turnaround, right? And as soon as we got ready to turn in, we found that we were stuck in line at what was like a police check, like where they pull you in, they have you flip on your lights off and on, they check and make sure. It was one of those trap kind of things, and we were stuck. The car behind us, we couldn't get out. We had fucking big bag of weed, bong, at least a 12-pack of beer. We're in high school, mind you. Yeah, we're listening to AC/DC too, and my buddy, the driver, he's freaking shit. I'm in the back seat, he's telling me, get rid of that shit. Come on, man, get rid of it. I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna get rid of it? I can't stuff this shit under the seat. It's just too much, man. And then I figured it out. I leaned forward, I pulled the back seat forward. And sure enough, it came loose. I looked in. Fuck, I just dropped all that shit in there, put the seat back. We were the next car in line. The fucking 6 cops, you know, running people through this traffic check. Man, we were sweating that shit out. Soon as we got through that thing, man, we fucking headed out of town, and we just sat out on this country road. We just smogged out. Listened to tunes and rocked out, but man, whoo, that was a close one, my friends. All right, I'm gonna have to move a little quicker here. All right, and then move forward a few years. So I had this problem of staying out all night. My folks weren't keen to that. I was about 17 years old, right? Folks were not keen to me doing that, and they told me, if you stay out all night one more night, fella, you're gonna come home and find your shit packed in boxes and you're out of here. Sure enough, pushed the envelope, came home, and they were nice enough to pack some of my stuff in boxes, and I had to find a place to live. So I worked at this place in telephone sales, right? I hook up with this dude. I'm like, hey man, I need a place to live. Heard you're looking for a roommate, blah, blah, blah. Moved into this ramshackle apartment, right? And so now I'm living with this dude, right? And he's got this killer stereo system, and it's the time of MTV, right? So he's running his MTV. Somehow it's, you know, now it's commonplace, but back then to run your TV through your stereo system was kind of a tricky deal. And I remember watching MTV, and this was a frequent flyer on MTV. This is the Talking Heads, and it's called Speaking in Tongues, but the hit song off this is called Burning Down the House, right? And I remember just rocking that shit through these speakers, man. He was showing me, and I'm like, whoa, that's freaking killer, dude. Some out of my own, you know, we partied our asses off. I mean, it was like, I had no idea how to live on your own. Anyway, we got into this huge fight because he just kept getting in my shit about fucking not cleaning and not taking Comet and scrubbing the sink. And I was like, you know what, fuck you. And I beat him down. He moved out. Now I've got the apartment to myself, and I'm still rocking, burning down the house through my my stereo system. It's fucking, oh man, the twisted history of Cosmic Brian is unbelievable. Now let's fast forward to my adult life, right? I always aspired to like be in a band and to you know, perform as a singer on stage. I was a good voice, man. I sang in like church choir growing up, and you know, I always sang. I was a shower singer, man. I'm the best shower singer there is, people. But anyway, I hooked up with this local band, right? And they let me get up on stage. And for the first time I was ever on stage, I sang something off This Grand Funk, We're an American Band album. This is a great rock and roll record, man. And that guy right there, that's a 10. That's what a 10 Afro on the Afro meter looks like, people. Right there. But anyway, the title track was the song that I sang. They let me up on stage, and I just friggin' killed it. So every time these guys played, right, they would let me get up on stage and sing Grand Funk American Band. They were called the Ski Band. And there was this other local band called the Cave Band. Yeah, real original names, I'm telling you, right? Again, Fort Dodge, Iowa, 25, 30,000 people. But, and then the Cave Band would let me get up and sing too, man. And the same song. Well, then I started putting together more songs that I could sing, right? Before you know it, they were having me, both bands were having me come up and almost do a full set. It was just a great time, man, to start, you know, taking the stage and being in band. The next one is Rat, Out of the Cellar. Go ahead, laugh all you want, but this album is fucking killer. I love this record, man. And I remember the first time I heard this record, me and a buddy of mine, John Delanoy, he had just bought this speedboat, right? It was kind of a clunker. We took it out. It was outside of town. We had this place called Twin Lakes, right? And so we get in the boat. We're ready to rock out. We got the boombox. We're ready to, you know, rock out to some tunes and spend the day on the lake, right? Well, fucking the engine kept breaking down on this boat, right? We spent most of the day trying to figure out how to get this thing running. But the thing that came out of that day was that he turned me on to this cassette tape. And as soon as I heard the first chords of Lack of Communication, I was completely blown away. I mean, I made him play that tape on a loop all fucking day. And even on the way back, driving home, man, I was like, man, that fucking shit kicks ass, man. So I became this huge fan of Rat because of that shitty day on the lake. But here's another story, man. I was living with this girl, not my girlfriend. She was kind of a friend, you know, one of those. But anyway, she let me rent her basement for like $50 a month. So, thing is, in that basement, I had to use like Christmas tree lights all around, kind of like this, for my lighting, because the switch was all the way at the top of the stairs, and I lived downstairs, and Cosmic Brian would come home pretty lit up, and once I got into bed, I was like, you know, I'm not climbing stairs. But I had all these Rat posters, and I'd always pop in a Rat cassette when I was getting ready to crash. And I'm laying there in bed, I'm listening to Rat, and all of a sudden I feel something on my foot, like crawling up my foot and onto my toes. I fucking fling it, I fucking grabbed my, I had a flashlight. I grabbed the flashlight, whip it out, turn it on, and there's a fucking mouse screaming across the floor. How appropriate, right? Rat, mice, vermin, a fucking vermin crawling on my foot, man. I fucking kicked it across the room. I gotta tell you, man, it wasn't long after that I moved, well, I probably got kicked out, let's be honest. I was a little bit of a rascal back then. But, yeah, not pleasant feeling when you feel something crawling on your foot in the middle of the night in the darkness of a basement, right? Anyway, you guys are now going to be transferred back into your own time. I hope you enjoyed this little walk down memory lane with Cosmic Ryan, because I enjoy telling these little anecdotes and the songs that remind me of those times. That's how I measure my history. If I just try and figure out the time of what song was popular or what songs I liked at that time, and that's how I figure out when an event happened in my life. I've always been that way because music's been that big in my life. So, all right, you guys, man, I'm so glad you stopped by, but you got to get to the transporter room and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But I'll toast you out, man. I love you guys. If you like hanging out here and hearing Brian tell stories, man, why am I referring to myself in the third person? If you like hearing me tell stories and showing records, hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell. Whoop-de-doo. Thumbs up, man. Give it up. Give it up. I'll check you guys next time, man. Love you, man. Peace out, Cosmic Vinyl. Out of here.